Hey guys, it's Reagan Kelly here from the Freedom 15 movement. Now in today's episode, I'm going to tell you something that I know that you already know. And the reason I'm doing that is because I believe it's a lesson that we all need to be reminded of from time to time. Myself, I am definitely included in that category. And I want to start by asking you an age-old question or an eternal question. And that is, when is it the right time to start something? When should you do something? See, there's this very fine line, a balancing act, because oftentimes we think if we start before we are ready, if we start too soon, then it's likely that we will fail or we will start to fail. On the other end of the spectrum and the other extreme is that if we start too late, then it's likely that we will fail to start at all. So obviously somewhere between these two extremes is where the proper answer to that age-old question, when should I start? That's where the answer lies. The reality is, however, that as soon as we start to ask ourselves this question, when is the perfect or ideal or the right time to start, then we will never be ready. The timing will never be just right. So it's very easy to fall into this trap of imagining how something will be, even imagining something as already done or already achieved. It's also very easy to continually plan very meticulously. And I've made a whole video just a couple of weeks ago actually on how planning can sometimes just be a form of procrastination and really another excuse to not get started at all. Now don't get me wrong, planning and goal setting and doing your homework, really, you know, going through various trainings and mentoring, that's all extremely important. But the reality is that the only action that will accomplish anything is taking action itself. So spend a little bit of time today thinking about what you've put off for a better time, what you're waiting for the perfect time to arise before you take any action. Perhaps you're telling yourself that you just need to do one more training, or you need to read one more book, or you know, you're waiting for the right person to come along before you take a particular action. So what is it that you're putting off because you are not quite ready? Now, can you explain why you're still waiting? As I said, is it a training that you need? Is it more mentoring that you need? A certain piece of information? And if that is the reality, then where is it that you'll get that need fulfilled? And can you go and take action on that today? You know, what is it that you don't have, or that you can't find, or you just haven't figured out yet, that's stopping you from taking that action and moving forward? You know, if you can't answer that question with something practical and a practical action step that you can take, then it's more than likely that you just haven't found the courage that you need to get started. And sometimes that is a bitter pill to swallow, but the sooner that we can do that and the sooner that we can start taking those necessary action steps, the quicker that we're obviously going to actualize our dreams and see our goals become a reality. So I'd like to leave you with a quote by Napoleon Hill, of course the author of Think and Grow Rich. He famously said, "Do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work whatever tools you have at your command, and better tools will be found as you go along." Now that really falls in line with another quote that I really like, and of course I'm paraphrasing here because I can't quite remember exactly what it is, but it's a lesson that says that the entrepreneur jumps off the cliff and builds a parachute on the way down. And I do believe that that is applicable not only to entrepreneurs, but in all areas of your life. It's really important to start with what you have, and the various tools or vehicles or information or the lessons that you need will be presented to you at the right time. But it's very important, very, very critically important to recognize that the time will never be just right. There'll never be a perfect time. As I said, there's always something else that we can learn. There's always another lesson that's waiting for us, another book that we can be reading. But as I said, take action on what you already know and really lay down the foundation for all that is to come. So I really hope you guys have found value in this video. The highest compliment would be to like, to comment, or even to share this. And of course, head over and check out what we're all about at freedom15.info. That's freedom15.info. So be brave with your life. Take those necessary action steps. The timing will never be just right. I love you guys, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye.